And we're live. All right, guys, check this out. I'm right here with the homie Christian Ballard, a former NFL player, a large-scale cultivator grower, and just a dope-ass person with crazy-ass stories. I'm sure you guys are going to want to hear this shit. And, bro, like, straight off the bat, just tell me a little bit about who you are, bro. Like, obviously, me and you off camera, I've been knowing you for a minute now, like a good amount of time. Honestly, you were the first person to sell me my seeds, bro. The Vulcan Fuel, I remember that. That's how I met you.
That was crazy.
So, like, I kind of know a little bit about who you are, and I know some people viewing this know a little bit about him, but just give me like a quick little rundown of like, you know, who are you, bro?
That's a great question. I'm just your old current entrepreneur grower right now. I was a young kid, fucking out there Midwest. I was born in Virginia. My parents moved me out to Kansas, so I spent a lot of time out there. I went to college at Iowa, and then I played football up there for the Hawkeyes, and then I got drafted from Minnesota. So I spent a lot of my time in the Midwest. So I think I got like a lot of my work ethic and values from that Midwest lifestyle. But my hustle, man, the hustle's always, man, it's always Southern, born and raised in the South, fucking Virginia, raised in Atlanta and shit. A lot of people forget that. And, I saw my parents basically get out the mud. They did everything to get us out of the ghetto to a suburban neighborhood. So, like, they were just hustlers all the time. So, so tribute to all my hustle ethics to them. But yeah, man, I just, I used to play professionally football, and I had this whole life, like, kind of out there, and then it just it went topsy-turvy because this plant right here, I've always been kind of drawn to it. It's always kind of called me. Yeah. And,
what about, like, I know you say that, like, the cannabis plant took you away from the NFL life, right? What about it? What do you mean? Like, were you caught smoking weed or something, or...
Man,
too many violations.
Everything. I mean, you can just Google the name. I've done everything. Back in college, I was trying to grow weed in like my house and shit. I wasn't taking school seriously. Yeah. I was trying to like move weight around the city and stuff. Like I had a little fucking bartending gig, and I was trying to hustle out of that. So I was just I never took football seriously at all. It's just something I was good at.
You never took it seriously. You still got drafted.
Basically,
that's fucking crazy.
Basically, but. I did that. I was trying to people please a lot of my life, and it got me to that point where I was just really unhappy. So the one constant in my life was cannabis, though. It kept me grounded. It always kept me thinking about, just God, my faith with Him, too. So I just have a good relationship with the Lord. Got me here today, keep me alive, keep me going. But, yeah, man, this whole world just kind of took me for a ride of its own, and this cannabis always kind of kept me grounded. So
yeah. So look, let's get like a little deeper into the NFL stuff. Like,
all right.
Like, so you said you obviously went to college for Iowa State, right?
I went to Iowa. The
Hawkeyes.
The
Hawkeyes. And then from there you were like straight up drafted to the NFL. Like, how was the draft night for you?
It was crazy, man. Okay, so
because I know that's something that people are gonna want to see.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. Bro, you always forget the lighter.
I always forget the lighter. It's a stoner.
Stoner habits.
Okay, so draft night was crazy for me because I knew I had pop positive at the combine. So a lot of people who Google me, they'll see, Christian Ballard pop positive. I smoked weed before the combine. It was like the biggest thing that everyone used to talk to me about, right? Like, you have this one job out. You have one job that's like not to fucking smoke before the fucking combine.
What'd you smoke?
Oh, I smoked some gas, bro. I don't even remember though. It was like it was some shit from Colorado though.
Yeah. Was it out of blunt, Jay?
Oh,
Bong?
yeah, of course, blunts.
Blunts
all the time. Still blunts. You gotta roll them right though. If you don't roll them right, then they're trash.
Yeah.
But no, I was just smoking blunts. I was actually smoking with just fucking chilling, man, chilling. Everyone I fucking used to hang out with. It wasn't even taking it seriously, and then.
Like, by not taking this serious, you mean like, like, fuck, if I don't get drafted, I don't care? Or was it more like...
Yeah, I kind of had the idea that I didn't even really want to get drafted anyways. I had talked to a few people in my inner circle, and I was like, this wasn't for me.
Man, how does that work, though? Like, I know you say you don't take it serious, but like the coaches didn't talk to you. Like,
no, that's all they talked to me about was, oh, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. You know what I mean?
You have to join the NFL.
You have to join the NFL.
Yeah,
you gotta go.
And what, like, were you able to like fake it when you were with them? Like, yeah, no, I'm excited.
Well, yeah, you kind of had to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're around all these other people who are about to make millions of dollars, and you're like going along with this ride, and you're putting this charade on for I don't know how long now, 4, 5, 6 years. That you're some tough guy, and yeah, dude, like, what are you supposed to say? No, I'm good now. We won the Orange Bowl, the best D-line in the nation. I'm good on it. Probably would have been the smartest thing for me to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I just went to the NFL like a Chad. So. But yeah, that shit just fucking happens, man. But no, so basically what was going on is this is why when I say I didn't take it seriously, so I got invited to the combine. I knew I had tested positive, and we had this little meeting with all the coaches. I met with like every coach, the Ravens, fucking Harbaugh. I met with Pete Carroll. I met with Bill Belichick, who was a big dude for the Jets?
All the names.
All of them. They all went to see me because like I was the fastest defensive tackle there.
Yeah.
I was a freak of nature. I was a freak athlete, whatever. But when I got in the interview, I told them, I was like, dude, I smoked weed like 10 days ago. The Hardballs, they took it the hardest.
What'd they say?
Oh, they would cuss me out.
On the spot.
You stupid motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker. Hey, it was crazy, bro. Like, the Baltimore's like whole staff was so quiet. He cussed me out for like 10, 15 minutes straight.
Damn.
Yeah. Because I think, I'm not sure, but I think they wanted to put that first round pick on me. I don't know. I'm not sure. First,
You
second,
speculating.
Because I tested positive and I still got drafted fourth, so I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
If I hadn't had tested hot, I probably would have went higher. So my strength coach at the time, Coach Doyle, he was like pushing that too. He wanted me to go to Baltimore real bad, but I smoked weed, dude.
Yeah.
So it was crazy though. But it was crazy seeing everyone's reaction. So the Hardballs, they hated that shit. Like, you're dumb as fuck. But Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll and dude from the Steelers came in there. Fucking, they didn't care at all. They said, "Fuck it, like it's whatever."
Everyone does it, right? In the NFL, but
it was just a timing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a horrible person.
Yeah.
I just did at the worst time.
Yeah.
So.
Is it because like right when you get drafted, they test you like that night, or like why was it so important?
They test you that night. So before you do all your testings and stuff, the 40, the bench press, all that night before, you got to do like a medical exam. Do you want to look test and all that shit? But before you do the want to look test, boom, drop your pants.
Boom. You couldn't sneak in.
Let me see your
like,
wiener. Let me see your wiener and pee in this cup.
How is it? Like they literally.
Hey, watch your wiener.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, get in there. They're making
That's
sure.
crazy.
That's money coming out that.
Literally.
That's some money coming out there.
That's
See
crazy.
if it's dirty or not.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's kind of how it was.
So instead of getting drafted, you think you might have went first round if it wasn't for the weed or whatever.
When
right?
I was getting drafted, I didn't think I was going to get drafted
At all.
I was going to be a free agent.
Yeah. So okay, boom. You they call out your name. Like what happens? Like your family's like really happy for you.
Yeah,
Typical.
A lot of fakes came out the woodwork for the day.
Tell me a little bit about that. I want to know about that.
It's
like
crazy, bro.
Like how is it that like from 1 second you're like, not that you're nobody, but you're obviously not that level. Like where you're an NFL player,
Yeah.
and then you go into like
it was just
boom.
like it was weird because it was like that's what they wanted.
It was for them.
It was for them.
They're like yes.
Yeah, exactly. They got to celebrate.
Yeah.
They got to say what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got those stories all the time. Oh man, I used to tell all my coworkers about you.
Could you like I know you're like a very big person on vibes and like frequencies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could straight up off the bat tell like this was fake as fuck.
So basically, my whole family. So I have like a whole history of depression.
Yeah.
Mild schizophrenia. So like this whole shit, just mashing my head against other people for 4 years in college, that just made that shit worse. But yeah, man, being like an artist and smoking weed obviously all the time, like I was able to see, not always for the better, you know what I mean? Like, but sometimes, a lot of times for the worse, I can see how, people they would rely on me or something like that, or they just use me. And sometimes I would be cool with that because, it's like that fucking.
That's just what it is.
This is what it is, you know? A lot of people, a lot of males, mental health awareness, think about that.
Yeah, we'll get into that as well.
Another day. But yeah, especially my NFL homies. But yeah, dude, just like not taking care of themselves mentally. So that shit,
It should get to people.
It gets to people a lot, man. It gets to people a lot. But me personally, I put it all aside so I can live this dream for everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I was the biggest dude in high school, was fastest guy.
I've talked to another NFL player as well. His name is Turk McBride. Have you heard of him? I've mentioned him to him, but he's also in the cannabis industry. He owns this company called Global Research Ventures.
Okay.
And he told me kind of similar to what you're saying as far as like being that golden ticket for like a lot of people.
Even if it's not money, it's just like
someone that was at that level.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They get something to talk around like the campfire with the buddies or some shit. Like it's weird.
I feel you. So like, yeah, I could totally see how like a lot of NFL players probably go through that, and not just NFL players, but a lot of people with a certain role in society. And money.
A lot of empaths go through that too. Anyone who can like sense vibes can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just your ability to let it work for you or let it destroy you.
So like your first season, let's go quickly through like the NFL phase of your life. Like, how does it go? How does it break down?
Well, I was a rookie. I was hanging out. I was living with my homies and stuff. I had another reason why I got fucking absolutely drugged through the mud in the draft was like at the same time that I got positive. My baby mama wanted to like sue me for my entire paycheck that I haven't even gotten yet, right? Mm-hmm. So I was trying to be frugal with money and stuff like that. My rookie season, trying to just do whatever I can to put like money away for my kids and stuff, and so they're fine. And like I just never, for me personally, I didn't really get like mental support of seeing my son enough. So that like basically just broke me. Like the whole first season, like she would be sending me fucking crazy texts, like not being able to see him and shit like that. Yeah. And I still don't see him to this day, but it's my decision apparently because I grow cannabis. So yeah. It's been a thing forever. It's been one of those things that just weighs my mentality. But I was playing the whole season dealing with that shit. Like I couldn't even focus on the game. Sometimes I'd be just worried about when I could see my son again, and if I was doing enough for him in his life, or if I was there enough. So
all that was weighing on you while like in your rookie season.
Oh yeah, my rookie season. Yeah.
Did that affect your game?
I didn't have a sack that season. I just wasn't doing, like, I wasn't being aggressive. I didn't really have an identity out there. Like, I always tell people, like, even whether playing video games or doing the cannabis industry or definitely growing cannabis, you got to have an identity. Like, what are you growing for?
What do you stand for?
Yeah, what do you stand for?
Yeah.
I was just out there, I don't know what.
Just going through the movements. Just like, just doing it. It is what it is, Cool. So, like,
It's trash.
What? What'd you say?
Trash, not him, right?
Oh, the blunt's ass.
The blunt ass.
Fuck it. That's why you roll two.
That's why we got two, baby.
You gotta keep going, bro. Damn, I can only imagine playing under like that big of a stage. Did it ever like weigh on you?
Yeah, man.
Like when you were on there, like, dude, I'm in the NFL. People are looking at me.
It was more of adrenaline. I didn't really think about stuff like that. Like I love the adrenaline from it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing NFL. Like,
yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah,
that shit was great. Like beating people up and shit.
Yeah. That shit was lit.
That shit was lit.
You just didn't like the aspect of like the fake people,
dog and pony show of it. You know what I mean? Like
I feel you. Being fake.
You have to be fake, bro. I mean, let's be honest. It's business. They're trying to uphold their image. At that time, a guy like me, I'm a motherfucking renegade, bro. I do what the fuck I want to do. That's just what it is. Like I just didn't fit in with the NFL. Some people do. A lot of people do. That's why they have a job with them. I do not.
That's kind of what organizations, they have systems in place to like expel people who don't fit in with their program, bro, and they get rid of them quick as fast as possible. That happened to me too. You feel me?
And that's like any industry, bro. It's not just NFL. It's like literally any corporate entity in America. Like if you don't conform to their idea of a company, then that's why certain teams let motherfuckers get away with the shit they get away with, and the other teams are like, no.
Yeah.
It's their company.
Yeah. So enough with the NFL. What happens after the NFL?
After the NFL, I went back home to Kansas where my parents were, and I went and I got my degree in art, studio arts, trying to do a comic book and make something happen. Like I went to draw everything that just happened to me. Like I had this comic book called Trenches, and it was basically my whole life going through it, like trying to just work to this like pinnacle and not being there. Like what the fuck? Like this is not this isn't where I want to be at.
It's like the antithesis of your life. Yeah.
And just the reason behind it, because no one really understands. They have to like visually see it through my eyes to even kind of get a hint of what the shit I saw.
Yeah.
But I had a wife and just wasn't making, like, my other baby mom was just draining me of all my NFL checks and shit. So that got wiped real fast because I was still playing NFL child support and not making NFL money. So that was gone basically.
Yeah.
I made some good investments and shit and put money away that, obviously led me to live like not uncomfortably.
Mm-hmm.
But it just wasn't like I couldn't like get ahead again. So I decided, like, I knew I couldn't make a living off comic books. So my other only passion besides drawing was obviously smoking weed. So I had a buddy out in Colorado. He was fucking already running the grow, and he was like the man out here. So I just went. I went to this place called Kind Love, and that was my first gig in the industry, Kind Love, Colorado, as a security guard.
Security guard. And then how long after that did you start touching the plant? Like,
day one, man. So I was basically, you're good. So basically, I fucking I would take care of the clones as they come in. So they come in, we do. Kind Love was well known for their fucking genetics. Like they spoiled me basically.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit about the industry really. I just knew that people wanted weed, and I knew that certain strains made me feel better than other strains. Like good weed made me feel better than bad weed, obviously.
Mm.
Kind Love was a spot in Colorado. They had all the medical fucking awards. They had all the genetics. People from Cali went out there. Their techniques were Cali. Their strains were Cali. Like shit was fire. Like they were banging.
Mm.
So they had like a whole nursery program basically that would come through the dispensary, and I would like take care of those clones. And that was my first time actually touching the plants. And I just knew, even though I was a security guard, bottom again, like messing around with those plants like gave me a whole meaning to the day. Like I had to get up to go.
So like, what do you mean taking care of the clones? What do you mean like?
So like they would come in trays of like 50 or I think it was like 20 or something like that. And people would come in, they could buy like 6 trays. We had like whole racks of them, so I had to like mix the tiny little mix for them, pH them, and then fucking like feed them basically like twice a day. Sometimes if they got big enough, I had to feed them twice a day. So, and then like I realized that took like a good amount of time, like just taking care of those clones, and like sometimes I could top them. They had like a rule that if they were over 6 inches in Colorado, they were not immature; they were teens. So I had to.
And that was for like what number of plants per facility?
That was just some stupid rule they put up.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can have 6. You can buy 6 immature plants at a time, but as soon as it above 6 inches, it's not immature anymore. So you can't technically even buy it from the store.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So you would just top them.
So I just top them.
Cool. Damn. And when you were there at like working with those clones, how'd you progress up the ladder? Or like,
so it was a struggle because like I was really good with people.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people, like I was supposed to be like this next Ron. Shout out to Ron, Proper Cannabis out in St. Louis. Hopefully they see this. They're running their whole store in St. Louis right now. They're doing like I kind of was going to climb the ladder to be industry or whatever manager because just because I could talk to people. You know? Like and in retrospect, it was smart because it's a lot less labor. You know what I mean? Like you're not underneath the lights. You got to deal with pesticides, like kind of deal with a little bit of pesticide poisoning a little bit, but you ain't got to deal with a whole bunch of bullshit either. You just got to sell the weed to people and like have a smile on your face. So I see what they were doing there. Low stress. I got it. So big shout out to them for that. But I wanted to go to the grow. Like my homie Bo was over there. He was like one of the growers there. They had John Torgerson was there. They had like an all-star crew. I just felt like I could learn so much about growing cannabis if I went to grow. So I really pushed for that. Me and that manager kind of clashed a little bit, but after my daughter was born, I basically moved over to the grow. My daughter was like, she was like months old, man. So I worked for a whole year. My ex-wife was pregnant at the spot, and then as soon as she gave birth, I would start growing. And like that, and then once I started growing and shit, like my supervisor Bo, he'd like come over and he would teach me how to grow and shit like, on my own time, so I knew it because they were like, you can only learn so much in these facilities, right? Like these facilities, you're just gonna learn our program, but if you grow at your house, you get to know the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like every problem that would happen here will happen at your home over the course of any time, like temperature, fucking pests, whatever. Like you're gonna deal with it at some point in time, curing. So it's like do that shit at home, so you have even
more
better
experience.
And he would come over, man, late fucking nights, dude. We would be fucking staying up like sometimes we wouldn't even sleep, bro. He would just be like, "This is what growing is." Yeah. Like no one even saw that, bro. But like weeks. Like I felt like I was like in a hyperbolic time chamber, bro. Like, he would just dump this knowledge on me, and I would just be like, after he left, I was like, oh fuck, dude, like what the fuck? Like my knowledge of everything is so small.
Yeah.
Like it's so minuscule. Like I got a long way, bro. Like I got a fucking mountain to climb. So that's what I just started doing, bro. I started challenging people, climbing mountains, setting expectations for myself. I had to push lights, push myself, probably more than I should have. You know, my relationship obviously suffered from that. And, but I fucking was pushing some fire ass necks, dude. Like I had wedding cake before anyone else had in Colorado. Like I was turning it, but at that time, like the black market was so fucking. It was like $800 a pound, bro. Like nobody was making money, bro. It was crazy. Like I don't. It has not been that low since that point in time in my life. Like it's been like 2 or 3 years since then, and like the prices keep going up in the black market. It's crazy.
Why do you think the prices keep going up?
Well,
regulation?
Not with that regulation, but also like people like fucking Burner, bro. People like Burner, Cap, and Jay Breezy. They shine a light on good cannabis. Like what is good cannabis? What does it look like? Like what? Like fucking know who you're smoking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
Designer, like the designers
if
of the.
If you're gonna like talk, if you're gonna bring some shit to the table,
yeah,
like make it be loud at least. I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy, bro. Because that is true. Like before I followed these profiles on Instagram, I didn't really like expect anything from weed. It was just like it's just weed, you know.
Yeah.
But the more that I get into it, the more I learn, and it's like you can't just be smoking anything, bro. Like
you got some people who just smoke strictly organic outdoor because their views on society and fucking how bad indoor is. I get that. But then you got other people who are like, indoor has the best medical quality, so it's lab grade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's two sides of the spectrum, but that's where the industry's at. It's literally 2 separate ends. You got fucking good growers and bad growers. You got fucking.
What would you say makes a bad grower?
Not having an identity.
So just doing it like meathead style.
Yeah, just doing it. Oh man, it's cool to do now.
It's cool to be a grower.
Yeah, I literally wanted to do this so I could provide for my family. That was the main focus of growing. Like I was good, I liked it, and I knew that I had the hustle to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like I want to, if I'm gonna make something happen, I want to like enjoy doing it. I can fucking make a comic book happen. I can easily make this cannabis shit happen. But out of necessity, I became a good grower. You know what I mean? I didn't just fucking put together a team and go and raise money. Like I learned the industry from inside out, like corporate level, home grow level, like everything came to me. Like if I probably retrospectively, if I stayed in the NFL, I would have blew my money on this industry because that's what everyone does. Yeah. They just have an endless pit of it to continue to draw more from. They know how to fundraise too.
That's actually a really good point. That like if you were to stay in the NFL, you would have just. Your love of cannabis would have still been there, but you would have just been dumping your money into something but not really learned anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like the norm right now for corporations.
That is a norm for the corporation. Like, especially in cannabis.
They bring like a tech dude, and they just bring him to cannabis, and they expect him to like somehow make it work.
Yeah, some big corporate tech dude just come. Oh yeah, you have a good 15-year experience doing indoor, so yeah, you can run this. Yeah. But it's like you're like serving thousands of people who have different like ailments. They different need everything, bro. And you're just like gonna throw somebody on there? Not me.
So like what now? Like what do you think is your like your next step for you and your? I know like we already walked from like where you started to NFL to growing. Now what are you working on? Tell me about that app.
Right. So we got an app right now. So that's the biggest thing that has been in the industry right now. It's like me and my homie will tell you all day. It's like it's an industry ran full of stoners and chads who are like telling them what to do. It's the worst combination you can probably ever think of. So you got these stoners who are just happy to have a job, so they take whatever money you give them. They just happy to have a job, something legit on paper. It's perfect for them. But then you got these chads who are like have an endless amount of money, no idea what to do with it. So the app is to be a validation point for both sides. Like growers can validate their practices and their formulas through this app, like a portfolio, Photoshop suite, whatever you want to call it. And they can present that to other companies or other people who need the actual medicine. Yeah. Who want the benefits from them growing that plant. You know what I mean? Not just money. It's going to bridge that gap, and it'll also like just shine a light on all the different practices and all the different ways that this plant can be used. That's not just let's put like a $10 million facility up here and just drop weight, because that seems to be the thing right now that everyone's like all obsessed about, or having a dispensary like Starbucks where they can just sell weed. In like 2 to 3 years, it completely shifted from the patients to profit. It's crazy.
I've seen it.
Like,
I've been in this industry.
Everyone's like, "Oh fuck that! It can make money." Oh, we don't even care about these sick people no more.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. So I'm trying to bring it back. I still want to like have the pursuit of commerce there, because everyone can make money off of this.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can grow. There's like a whole nursing home of people right now that need this drug, but like everyone's trying to drop weight in a big ass facility. Like,
when you mean weight, you mean like just ass weed that has no purpose and it's just a lot of
just
pounds.
Pounds. That's because that's how investors and everyone is approaching this industry right now. Is how many pounds per light can I get?
That's it.
How they approach it. They don't approach it any other way. If they're telling you they're approaching it from a different way, you're like looking at a fucking unicorn or an alien or some shit, because it's just not happening right now. Trying to put up these big ass grills, you can take a drive right here in the valley. They have a non-manufacturing tax. So like as much as they can produce, they don't get taxed on that. Crazy. So they have all these grows just popping up. A third of the grows have to stop producing weed because they fucking suck at it. So now they're just fucking packaging companies and distribution warehouses. It's crazy.
What do you think makes a great cannabis company?
A good grower and a mission. Whether it's to just provide good cannabis, designer cannabis like Cookies and fucking Cap and Jay Greasy and Jungle Boys. I mean, it just has to be that. It can't be. If you're gonna do it for the money, you're just a cannabis company. You're not good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're just gonna be like it's like everyone's trying to be the Coors Light. Everyone's trying to be the Coors right now. They don't really care. They just want to be. Where can I be I just want to be the Budweiser.
Where everyone's smoking it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get. It doesn't do much. It doesn't really have like a consumer.
They'll smoke my shit all the time, and then they'll have like a little stash for the good shit. That's what everybody. That's what all these investors want right now. And then they masquerade as, oh man, we want to like be the best. No, you don't.
Because the best involves
doing
multiple things.
Yeah, a lot of things, bro. Like, you got to uplift people. You can't just like go into your crew. You can though. You know, to start it off, to get it going and shit, like you can. But like once you see other people that are about your mission and they're part of the community and part of the culture, you got to uplift them, bro. You can't just be like, nah.
That's actually, you bring up a great point, because like a lot of this, the cannabis industry was supposed to be like a green rush for the people, where the people can make some good money, you know, because at the end of the day, like all these other industries are shitty, you know. So like this was supposed to be it. This is supposed to be like where we all rise up and we get it out the gutter, but that's like the opposite.
Now look at what's happening.
Now it's just like the boys club.
We're just waiting for like the Democrats to like legalize it so we can just buy it. That's what it feels like. Like no one really wants to be like, oh man, I can have like my craft cannabis line serve this neighborhood, this fucking community, all their people, all their elements. Yeah. Small grow.
I feel like it's gonna happen regardless.
It has to happen because this shit's crazy right now.
Well, just from like the more, like I mentioned, like the more I get into this industry, the more it's like an onion, bro. It just gets deeper and deeper. Like
it is like an onion.
Every layer you peel, you realize there's a bigger mission behind it. You know?
It's crazy.
Like my mission at the beginning was to create dope clothing that made people feel good and that made them feel proud to be a stoner. But that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now it's about like just fucking being the best version you can
of yourself. That's the crazy thing about this plan is that they respond to that shit.
Yeah, no. If you take good care of them and you treat them like you care about them, they respond.
And if you take care of yourself, bro, you take care of yourself. You're living a good life. The plants are gonna see that too. I've literally been around these plants when I've like been depressed, sad, and shit, and then they have just been not happy. They like
they don't like it.
They just don't like it, and you can see it. They're sad too. But like when I'm happy, I'm like chilling. Like we're all on camera right now.
And you know, if you tell that to some Chad dude, that fool thinks you're crazy.
Exactly.
He'd be like, "What are you talking about, bro?"
You have no idea. You don't know. They don't know about vibrations.
How much real science do you think there is to that vibrations though? Because
enough.
Like I feel like it has to be legit, bro.
I talk this with my my atheist friends all the time. I love atheists. I love them.
Well, it's like a blank square, and you can fill them in. I guess.
You can, but also they bring that realness to you. You know,
Like where nothing makes sense, or what?
No, just like the whole, like this, the realness, like the reality of life. Like a lot of this stuff is not great.
Yeah.
You know, we want to.
I hate it.
We want to fucking.
Shit's good though, bro.
It is great. I'm sorry.
You told me that it was not the best.
These are not my good harvest right now.
Dude, like I took 2 puffs and I feel like that perfect, just happy high.
Good, right?
Just like
it's cultivar stuff. This is the daily.
You know, this is the day. I feel like I could go outside and play some golf.
I'm gonna start doing that shit. Fuck, we're right on the golf course. What?
You feel me? So.
But yeah, like.
You're talking about atheists saying that life ain't that great.
It's because it's not. You go through struggles, bro.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of bad shit is happening. If you think really.
Yeah, look at the shit that's happening in Israel and Palestine.
Palestine, bro.
And
across
COVID. Just look at COVID.
Yeah. Like, this the financial gap between people.
Financial gap, fucking. Yeah, and I feel you. I mean, every day it feels like we're becoming into a totalitarian state, bro.
Yeah, somewhere.
Like, more and more, you know, the noose is getting tighter, but that's one way to look at it. I personally feel like the way out, I guess you could say, is community, bro.
That's the only way out.
If you don't have a community of like-minded individuals behind you or your idea, not that they're gonna like work for you, but more like, you know, they support what you think, and what you think is something positive and something visionary, like people are gonna build it for you.
Exactly, because
you know,
a lot of people, I have to say, are lost right now,
and they're lost. And you know that in times of hardships, they look for leaders, bro. So like it takes.
But that's what. Then it goes first full circle to this plant.
And how?
Because that's a lot of people come to me and they say they can't grow, but that's just not true. Like everyone can grow.
Everyone's a grower, bro.
Everyone's a grower, bro.
Everyone.
Like, that's all it takes to start. Like, this plant brings people, whether it's fucking art, music, change in your community. Y'all can all like talk about it over like a blunt.
Yeah.
Or a pipe or whatever.
Or,
if y'all are, like,
edible.
Or edible.
Even if you're not a smoker, bro.
Even if you're not a smoker.
You just support the idea of growing a plant.
Yeah, the freedom of doing what you want to do that's not fucking harming no one else. Like, you're just chilling.
You're just chilling.
And like people who can get around that and they can build something greater than that, that's like the biggest change that is happening right now. Because there's a lot of shit that's happening right now. It's like, feels like it's forced. I'm just being honest.
What do you mean?
Just everything. Like, from just capitalistic marketing to the shit that the fucking politics. Like, we've only got 2 choices. Only ever.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You mean like everything seems fake, everything seems scripted.
Yeah, you know, like it's just.
Well, this is what my other friend was telling me about, was that essentially the veil of reality is being lifted, bro, before our eyes. You know, like we're seeing the reality
Revelations.
of it. Revelations. You know.
But what is that? A lot of people are like, oh man, it's Revelations. I'm scared, and that's what like.
Well, it's scary, but the more you
look into it.
Well, the more the thing is that you could bring that light with you and enlighten people.
Exactly.
You know,
so many people are scared of the future and what it holds.
Well, it is scary, bro. Well, yeah, like we're basically just we're cyclops, like how fucking Elon Musk said. Like the phone is a part of us now. You know, like we're slowly being integrated with technology, and technology doesn't have feelings, bro.
It doesn't, and it's one-minded.
It's one-minded.
It's very conformed.
You know, so I know what you mean, bro.
You know, and it's like if you don't, it's like if you don't think that way, boom,
you out the system,
basically, or you're not really out the system right now. You're kind of just like labeled. You're labeled though.
Like you're talking about like federally, like feds,
nah,
or you're talking more about
like
society.
Society. Feds are an extension of people.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what everyone's like. Oh man, the Illuminati. It's like. That's your own paranoia.
Yeah.
Like I was there. I'm like speaking from experience. You're not doing anything that's that important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're just not.
Yeah.
You're just one person.
Yeah.
But
You would need to have a collective.
If you have
a country,
exactly.
civilization.
Like and with an agenda that doesn't really agree with theirs or kind of deters theirs. Like that's like the kind of stakes, and like I just from being in that realm of high stakes money, that is what it is, man. It's a different reality.
When you have a lot of money,
Yeah.
Would you argue that it's better or worse?
It depends on the person.
Mm.
I think it's better for everyone in certain situations, and I think it's bad for people.
Evil people.
I mean, evil people, good people, man.
There are people that turned evil.
Like, I was a kingdom kid, so I was like raised in the church, man. A lot of people go to church because they're not good people.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They need like a cover. They feel like they're
That's crazy. That's a good. That's like some sinister shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it happens all the time, though.
Well, yeah, you have
So
to.
factions are a thing, like cults and fucking. You know, people could just fucking get together and not really fucking. They can, you know what I'm saying? Under one little thing, they can just look at all their other bad shit and be fine because they're.
Well, that happens a lot in Hollywood.
Hollywood, yes.
I'm assuming the NFL.
Hollywood, I would say to a certain point in athletics. I wouldn't really say NFL because of how broad it is, but like when you start getting to things like NBA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a politics now.
Yeah, no, definitely, and the NBA is a politics.
You know what I'm
Bro.
saying?
Those players have a lot of influence.
There's so much influence.
Like,
Money
a lot.
is also guaranteed.
It's different in NFL,
Oh yeah, you gotta work for that.
and NBA it's guaranteed.
Yeah, but
You think there's a reason for that?
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe it's because the arenas are smaller and the people are more.
I was trying to think about some conspiracy shit.
It's okay. So this whole country is based off of the Roman Empire. Anyway, it's not really conspiracy. It's more like it's conspiracy if you want to label anything is what you want it to be now.
Yeah.
Because technology let it be that way. But if you read the Bible, it talks about these like levels of society.
Mm.
Nebuchadnezzar had this dream, basically. King Nebuchadnezzar,
Uh-huh.
when the fucking Israel's would. I'm like so bad at this because I guess I cherry pick stories, but King Nebuchadnezzar had this dream. It was about the Babylonian Empire, and like this prophet, I think it's Isaiah.
Yeah.
He was interpreting his dream. He was a Jew, and like he asked him what this meant, and he was talking about how like the golden age, the silver, bronze, and the iron, and shit like that.
As far age,
Ages,
meaning like time
empires,
periods.
Time periods.
Okay,
So
what-
Babylonians was like the golden age, Byzantine Empire, and shit like that, and then like the Roman Empire.
Now we're at what?
We're at like the feet.
God damn.
You know, the iron. It's like the mixed clay. It talks about it like in the dream. It talks about how the feet are mixed clay because our nation is mixed. Everything's mixed, melting pot, right? And how at the feet of the statue came a big fucking rock, and just boom, smashed that shit.
Damn. So
That
asteroid.
was his dream. Basically, something from space came down and smashed.
And
it.
now the talks of UFOs are being brought up.
They're going crazy right now, right? What's going on with this? Can't even talk about that.
Well, you can't. It's mainstream now.
It's mainstream, yeah. It's
but you
mainstream
can't really
now.
speculate about what's gonna happen. It's weird, huh? Like how.
But you can speculate exactly what's going to happen.
Well,
because
you
they showed
could speculate, but what I'm trying to say is that like it's not taken serious to
It's
the
not.
extent that it should be. Like, bro, how is it that the UFO topic is actually legit now?
It's like, well,
You know, but it might like think about
'cause
how
you have
much.
to spend time debunking it.
What do you mean?
You
Making
have to
sure it's
spend
legit?
Time saying that it's so now this is what the apocalypse kind of is happening.
Oh hell no!
This is what's happening. You have to spend time proving them wrong.
Proving
Anyone,
Anything.
your opposition wrong. So like,
Mm.
say this person has a completely racist mindset. It's like
Yeah.
fucking, I want to fly the rebel flag because my family
did it?
fought in Confederacy.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And you start saying, okay, well, but these were the things that they were fighting for and shit.
Mm.
And then this is like these were the ramifications of that.
Mm-hmm.
In their mind, it doesn't matter. And that's like almost everyone. They think it's just like racist people like that, but like people like Democrats like that, Republicans, people who are set in their ways. You gotta fucking spend time to prove them wrong. And
Yeah.
no one wants to do that.
Mm.
That is a waste of time. It really is, bro.
So how does that come back to the revelations?
So the revelation is because they all have this fucking ample fucking
Way of thinking.
technology shield. because they can cherry pick information
Hmm.
whenever they want. And then the people who are on the other side who like have observed all of it, like you start to see it. It's a separation.
Hmm.
You have the people who are like one-minded, whether it's Democrats, Republicans, racists, whatever, black, white, whatever it is. Football fan, LeBron, MJ, whatever it is, whatever keeps them in that little thing of thinking, it's separated.
Yeah,
There's
cannabis.
people like us, and then like people out there who are like Tesla and cryptocurrency miners and shit like that, who are like just making money.
You're saying everyone's like segmented?
Yeah, basically.
Everyone's segmented, and then we're all gonna come together towards
I
something.
wouldn't even say that. It's like more of like an idiocracy thing. To be really honest, like people are going to be either dumbed down to a point where they just rely on just information just
Given to them?
fed to them,
Mm-hmm.
mainstream, or they're just going to be like
Haywire.
Yeah, self-sufficient, off-grid survivors.
That's even deeper because you kind of like brought it to the point where it's like survivors. You know, like we're surviving this new world, bro.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. So, like a lot of the people
Off grid.
you got to think about it because you got to really think about it.
Well, yeah, the corporations keep you plugged in, bro. Like, because I used to work for a big corporation.
Right. I do too.
Like, I know what it is to like interact with people that are just on that mindset daily, bro, and it honestly just drains the fuck out of me, bro.
And if like you're being real, bro, you can feel the frequencies in here right now.
Yeah,
Like
it's real.
it's real.
It's real, and it's deep. It's not like superficial.
But like the more, see, we don't have very much plugged in right now. We just have this camera stuff and these plants right here. So
Yeah,
like,
but we're able to go deep into the
Right.
vibration ones.
But like a lot of people, they don't. They just like got the phone on them all the time. They got
Well,
fucking 9
They're
to 5.
they're able to suppress their own feelings enough to like actually function with like
Right.
other people like them.
Exactly.
I can't do that. That's why I was fired from
me
my
neither.
job.
I can't do it. It's crazy.
It's fucking well, it's
It's hard.
impossible for
It's
me.
hard.
That's why I was
Yeah.
fired. I was
Yeah,
fired from my
it's hard,
job.
bro.
I just couldn't be fake anymore, bro. Like I just got to the point where like this is just how I am. Like
Yeah, this is how
the
I am.
ramifications are what they are, you know, like and I'm willing to just do what it is. And that's kind of like a danger for like, you know, for other people in power, I would assume, you know.
That's what the whole thing is. It's a power trip. That's what the apocalypse is. That's a whole dream.
That's trippy. Well,
Yeah.
I haven't read my Bible like as much as I should
I
have,
don't
but
either, so please don't. I would tell everyone to read that too, if they want to fucking really get the full story on it.
the only story that I do remember and that I want to share with you is I want to just know your thoughts on it was it was regarding, I'm not sure who it was, but basically there was a town that was full of sin and someone moved next to it, and the moral of the story was that like you might be able to resist sin and temptation, but
Yeah,
your
like
family
Common
members
Corinth
won't.
or some shit like that. Yeah. That's how about it. It's
Like,
man. It's like basically what California is, like the town of Corinth, basically.
What do you mean?
We just do whatever fucking one out here. There's no real law or anything. Like it's just
For
law.
cannabis or in
For
general?
everything, bro. Like this is like the Sin Valley, man. Here in
That's true.
Vegas, like anything goes out here, bro. So it's like, but at the same time, it's crazy. Like everyone looks to California, either in a good way or bad way. There is no in between.
Some people are gonna make it, some people
Some
ain't.
people are like, oh man, let's go to California. It's fucking living the dream. Other people's like, dude, fuck California. Like, look at what they're doing with their immigration policy. Like, they're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't even got into that
no, it's that's what I'm saying.
because
Like,
I come from an immigrant background, so like for us, it's like that's just what it is, you know. But
right.
I always try and look at it from other people's perspective and like what does it look like from your perspective, you know?
I don't understand it. That's what I'm saying. So like, when you're getting me, like, I don't do politics. So I don't play.
It's just facts.
I just don't do it. You know what I mean? So like, that was the whole thing when I was playing. Not to really try to go back on it and harp on it, but when I was playing, they wanted to build a new stadium and shit, right? So they wanted to raise money, and one of the things they wanted to do was to raise the taxes on like the fucking tobacco and shit, which would really affect the low income families in the city and shit.
Yeah,
but they
'cause they
wanted
smoke
us
a
to go down to the fucking city hall and be like, "Yo, let's like build the stadium." But then at the same fucking time, they wanted us to go to Salvation Army and like help them out. Like, what?
It's crazy.
That doesn't even like. Someone's pulling these strings. Someone's pulling these strings, bro. maybe in different like teams and shit, it was different, but
You're talking about
that's just that city, man. That whole situation.
Well, I think it's everywhere, bro. It's like
it's America, bro. That's how corporate.
The wealth class.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
It's not even about race. It's about
let's get this money, bro. Let's get this bread. Let's get this fucking paper. Like fuck everybody else. It's fucking cheese. And I mean, I respect the fuck out of that, for real.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not. You can't change reality.
Yeah, you can't change that shit.
Like you can
That's
try and work around it, but that's just what reality is. And a lot of people have trouble accepting that.
Yeah, and like a lot of people take it too far, bro. Like,
Yeah,
like, that's the problem. It's like an overabundance of something is bad. So if you like are only thinking about getting this paper and fucking everybody over for the paper, and that's the situation we're in right now, basically.
Yeah. Hey, bro, tell me about what makes you different from other growers.
Well, my whole background, basically, I wasn't like I didn't like fucking grow out the mud. I wasn't a 20-year grower. I didn't fucking like, happen to get like my mom and dad didn't just give me a grow in my backyard and I could play around with seeds and shit or start a company for me or some shit like that. Like out of necessity, I became a really good grower because I had to fucking figure out a way to live, man. Like I had to figure out a way to survive, like in this. A lot of people said that once I left the NFL, like I'll be back or I'll be pumping gas or working at a fucking gas station. Haha, jokes on them because I do pump gas, son.
Well, what's trippy about your route is that like you kind of deviated from it, but it's like a long run.
It's a long run. It's a marathon, bro.
It's a marathon.
It's never a sprint, and that's my whole thing. Is like when I was sitting there, I was looking at my stats because I was a number. NFL is the same thing. It's a number guy. Like I just wasn't getting the numbers.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting sacks. I wasn't getting tackles and shit. Like if I wanted that bread, like I had to put more numbers up. So like the next season, I was fucking all in, bro. Like I was just training. I started doing martial arts and shit.
Well, you told me you were able to like see people and shit.
Yeah. Fucking,
slow motion.
I met a really good fucking master that like taught me how to like read chi and shit, or he just taught me about it.
Yeah.
Chi, chakra, energy, life force, because that shit's real. And a lot of people are sitting at home and they don't even fucking know that shit's real.
Well, fuck, bro. They'd rather just fucking
not think about it.
They'd rather just not think and just
chill. I get it.
I don't know. It's hard to break out. It's hard to like
why would you
snap out.
I got like a fucking Xbox. I got a fucking big ass TV. You know what I mean? I got a good, decent job. I mean,
You could just
bam, Screaming Chocolate is on the market. You know what I mean? Shit, like I could just be chilling.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Right? You know what I mean? Like fuck.
That's the easy part. That's why I see
can't
it too.
chill though. I'm a non-chill person.
I mean, even right now we're working, but we're having fun.
Like that's what life is, and life is also like that's the whole thing, man. Like everybody could be doing this shit.
Yeah.
Cause this stuff, man. I tell everybody everything, dude. Like every time. If you grow weed, you can grow anything. You can grow fucking tomatoes. You can grow fucking vegetables.
Yeah.
A way of growing cannabis is aquaculture. Using fish to fucking feed your cannabis grow.
Yeah.
Like, then you got meat and you got vegetables. Boom. And you got weed. So y'all can all have a cookout. Like, what do you need other people for? For real.
You don't.
Being honest, like, for what reason? Is like, you know what I mean? This is technology. This is a way to consume. I get it.
What strains are you growing, bro?
Miss.
In this tank. I know you have more, but what's up right here?
I got Miss. I got Future X. I got some glazed apricot gelato. I got some Mac 1. And I got some Gas God. I got basically the big three right now. The big three breeders going in here.
Hell yeah.
Got a Caps cut. I got some shit from Jungle Boys, and I got the boy Jay Breezy, unreleased Jay Breezy shit right here. This shit smacks.
What's the unreleased Jay Breezy again? What's it called?
It's called the Miss. We're gonna switch it up. Probably call it something different, like Sierra Fountain.
How'd you come across his genetics?
Just the industry, man. I would love to get deeper into it, but
yeah, no, that's cool. That's a good answer.
The industry. It's
exclusive.
It's exclusive.
Don't play with him.
It's that subscribe content shit.
You gotta be
deep.
You gotta
subscribe now.
Well, you gotta subscribe.
If you're listening to this far, you gotta subscribe, bro.
And you also gotta fucking just know. You gotta be deep in the community to really fuck with us.
For real. Like that's what it is. As these corporations kind of take over and they try to brand themselves. Like
As good.
Shout out to Burner, bro, and all. And like that's the homie. Like he did it the right way. You know what I mean? And he gets a lot of hate for that shit. Like on the corporate side. Like it's all love in the community. You know what I mean? Like he's hustling, bro.
What do you mean he did it the right way?
He got it how he lived, bro. You know what I mean? Like he didn't
sell out.
He didn't sell out. You know, he's an artist, he's a musician, he made art, he made music. I'm a comic book writer, video game player, so I'm gonna try to do that.
Hey,
shit, bro.
You already know your comic books are gonna take off.
It's gonna smack. So
I feel like you you obviously how often do you practice on your anime?
No.
Or your
but
cartoons?
this is just like this is the whole thing that we're doing this right now.
Well, you're multi-talented, bro. Like
got a broadcast.
You work on different things at different time, and it's like
that's my
certain
bad.
aspects of you are growing. Like for example, for me, the whole videography, all that, I do that on top of other stuff, and it's like it only gets better. But some things you just want to work on them slowly and take your time with them, basically.
The drawing is something that I'm going to do. I'm going to see how technology advances too. Like there's ways, like there's engines that are coming out. Like making a video game is extremely easy compared to what it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, what's gonna happen? I think my talent and my knowledge is kind of needed in the cannabis industry right now, just because of shit I've done.
Yeah.
Things I know, but like as technology progresses and people have a more open mind of how they're being creative, like that's just the real change. Like seeing the creativity from people.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy, right, dude. Like a lot of these corporations are going to crumble. They're going to fall. Because,
I already see it.
Like why? Why would you even watch like a scripted television show when homie down the street's like making some bomb ass content right now?
Yeah.
Bomb ass content. Like
dope.
Dope as shit, bro.
With
like,
real people. Unscripted. And we consume more and more content, bro.
Right, and then
it gets more and more.
And on top of that, bro, like if you fucking grow some fucking vegetables, I will buy that shit from you, bro.
Yeah. Farmer shit.
Yeah.
And that's where your app comes in, where it's gonna be like
entwine all of it, baby.
Yeah, like your app is gonna be like kinda like an Instagram, but it's more than that. It's also a LinkedIn and a Discord, right? And a Facebook. It's like your one-stop shop as a cannabis grower. You get everything.
You get everything, man.
Community.
It's infancy phase right now.
Yeah.
It's infancy phase. But yeah, man, like we want to fucking bridge the gap.
Cool. Hey, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna just read off some words and just tell me the first thing that comes to your head, all right?
All right, I'll try this.
All right. So number one, we're gonna go with JBZ.
Great breeder.
Monsanto.
Horrible company.
Fox Farms.
Decent startup.
Grower.
Neighbor.
Shrooms.
Antidepressant.
Anime.
Ooh, escape.
Entrepreneur.
Yourself.
Burner.
Genius.
Paul and Chucker.
Chads.
Breeder.
You. Yourself.
LSD.
Oh, man, trippy.
Jungle Boys.
Gas.
Wax.
Concentrate. Research, please. Fuck.
Sherbinsky.
Salute.
Cool. All right, bro. We're almost done. Let's go on to favorite strain of all time, bro.
Oh.
Hey, that bud was so good. What strain was that?
That was Forbidden Splitter. That was like a little pheno that we have.
That's really good, bro.
It's not bad.
I liked it. It's a good high. All right. But yeah, what's your favorite strain of all time?
My favorite strain of all time. Damn, that's a hard one, bro. That's a hard one.
That's a hard one because people are gonna, they're gonna call you out on this for this.
Remember
one.
you from that strain that you said.
Yeah, you said that, bro.
Okay. All right. Yeah. My favorite strain of all time is definitely Moonshine Haze.
Moonshine Haze.
Moonshine Haze. Yeah. Still my top number one strain.
Who's the breeder?
Scott from Rare Dankness, I believe.
Scott from Rare Dankness. What about it you like?
it's a great sativa, but it has like all the earthy fucking flavors of a indica. So like it gives you all the like fucking. It just gives you best of both worlds, man. You have this sativa like juice, but you are relaxed. You're not like fucking anxious and shit. Yeah. It's great.
I've heard that the year 2022 is the year of haze. That haze is coming back.
It has to come back because we got to do shit, lazy bastards.
What do you mean by that?
Well, fucking, everyone's in this pandemic quarantine mode, man. Like, ain't nobody doing shit. I was talking about one homie. He's saying like South Carolina, the fucking there's like 18,000 jobs available, but ain't nobody working because it's
fuck those jobs.
Well, yeah, basically fuck those jobs, and like they're getting fucking unemployment checks still. Like fuck.
Yeah, why would you work?
Why would you work?
If you getting
government's paying you out fucking money.
That's crazy. All right, and then tell me about an experience as a cultivator of a large facility. Like, do a nightmare one.
A nightmare?
Nightmare, like, why, what is going on right now?
Dude, I'd been like, fucking the situation that got me in California is a blessing, though.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, I came out here, and, like, I was supposed to be running with this sweet-ass girl and shit, and I moved out, like, I was kind of stressful times, and me and my ex-wife were just splitting, and I didn't have anywhere else to go besides California. Had a job for me, so, like, fuck it, dude, I'll just take that shit, and then I got out here, the girl was fucking look banging, like had all the fucking promises and shit. Like kind of had to like. I came out here $1 million though. I thought they were gonna move me out here. I just fucking up and left. I didn't even ask. So that was my fault. I played myself. But like I got here, I was like just struggling, bro. I was staying in Motel 6 and shit. Like just fucking trying to make ends meet, like day by day type shit. Like just sleeping in my car some nights. Just trying to wait because I didn't have a place, dude. I didn't have a place out here, so I had to get another job so I can just put down on like a fucking security deposit. I had to work 2 weeks basically and stay in fucking Motel 6.
Yeah.
And then once I had that income, then I could get this fucking room. And then after that, like it got a little bit better. But I had to work 2 jobs and shit. And then like we were popping this girl off, and it was fucking horrible. These motherfuckers like did everything wrong at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like I don't know, man. People just fucking thumbs up their ass type shit. And then they hired the wrong people. Like fucking people finagled their way into like positions. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Like I was literally beating my head against the wall some days, like on some crazy shit. Thank God I'm still here. Like seriously. But eventually, out of the fucking shit of it, like motherfuckers were doing enough dumb shit. I had spent enough time in the industry that I watched them do enough dumb shit to X themselves out, and I had the cultivation lead, so like I was able to fucking stir them in the right path, and dude, shit was banging, bro. Like we were getting like 2-3 pounds per light, like shit was buds right there and shit. Like everyone was happy, they wanted to go to work and shit. Like it was cool. Like and I was working hella cheap.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, these motherfuckers were like, can that dude? Let's bring 4 chads from Washington down here and let's run this grow. And I was like, oh, you're gonna run into the fucking ground. And that's exactly what they did, bro. They literally tore that thing apart.
Yeah.
They took the irrigation out. They took like the sensors out. They started fires in that bitch, bro. I was like, how? How is there fires being like it was unimaginable type shit, bro. And like I lost my shit, bro. And on top of all that shit, they fired me. And like to this day, I was like, fuck it, man. Like, on some racist bullshit, but it just is what it is, dude. Like, everything comes around full circle.
Yeah. I feel like you might be like how you treat your plants, bro.
Always.
I feel like maybe your creator is torturing you like in certain ways, but when you actually give off what you're gonna give, Asha's gonna be gas.
Yeah.
Some real gas. The struggle makes you.
The struggle.
Pressure makes diamonds, bro.
It has to.
So it's like right now you're just being molded.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about myself as well. But like
all of us do.
As you tell me your story, like that's really what's happening, you know. And it's like you gotta have that foresight and be able to step out your shoe and look at yourself from above and be like, I know what's going on, you know. Oh, yeah. I know what's gonna happen. This is part of the plan. You know.
It's crazy shit, bro.
It's true. That's what's happening.
It is. I mean, it's a new age.
Yeah, and storytelling is very important. Like, you could be doing a lot of things, but if your story isn't out there and it doesn't impact people, it's like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're supposed to share your story with other people to help them in their situation. Because you've heard things from people that helped you get through shit.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a podcast or maybe even like just a
Anything.
homie.
Yeah, someone just talking about their life.
Like, this is what happened to me, bro, and I got through it, and it's like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
I'm on the same path.
Everyone has to go through that fucking path of unrelenting struggle to figure out what their meaning is in this life, man. It's hard.
And the people that struggle the most, bro, if you notice, they end up turning up, you know? They're the ones that really end up fucking living out their dreams, I guess you could say.
I mean, that's our whole industry, bro. It's just people just trying to make their dreams come true.
This whole industry is, bro.
That's all it is.
You know? And that's the type of people I've met, bro. All the people that I've met, most of them have been people of color, and they're all on the same mindset as like, I'm just trying to just change my whole generation.
Right?
Not just for me, but for people behind me.
Right, exactly.
You know? I know what I'm doing a lot big sacrifice and just choosing basically one of the hardest industries, bro. With regulations,
right,
stigmas.
It's crazy.
Fucking, bro, everything's, the odds are against us.
Oh yeah, the odds are completely stacked.
You know?
It's crazy. Cause like, they threw us in jail forever for this shit. And then they're like, oh hey, you want to play now?
And they're still being thrown in jail.
I know, there's still people are, like right now. So dude, I don't know how he's being locked up.
It's crazy. Fuck. Alright, bro, let's fucking let's wrap it up with shit, bro. Just final thoughts, bro.
For the first one. We're gonna be
for
back.
the first fucking episode, guys, this is it. This was Christian Ballard.
First one.
Fucking amazing conversation we just had. We went deep.
We'll go deep, bro.
Like deep to the point where I was like, bro, where am I at? I'm just like listening to this dude talk about crazy shit, but it's so interesting and it all resonates with me. So like, you know, final thoughts, bro. What do you want to say?
Just keep growing, man. Eyes to the sky, for real. Eyes to the sky, man. All aspects of your life. Like,
Ice the sky?
Eyes to the sky.
Eyes to the sky.
I mean, be positive. Just
pray to God.
Big hopes, big dreams, man. Like, yeah, if you believe in that, if you believe in the God, pray to him. You know, give thanks. You're alive. You made it through a pandemic.
Straight up.
Like, facts, bro. We got to start being thankful, positive, and start living on the good shit.
Yeah. Fucking. That's it.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, there you guys have it. First episode with the homie Christian Ballard. Fucking amazing guest, an amazing person. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Part 2 for sure coming up. And that's a wrap. Let's get it.